Yeah.
Let's start.
You are good to go.
Okay. I don't know what all I need to, or what. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Um, was I shocked that I left? Meh. I mean, when your power gets stolen in the middle of the day, you definitely think something's up. Jodely, however the fuck you say their name, literally did not talk to me all day. So that's kind of also a sign. I also think that's a sign of weakness. So for somebody that's hiding who they are, they still don't, they can't, they're just weak. I don't know. I feel like they're weak. I guess I fucking get Travis, Brian, and Scott confused. Who was it that stole my power? Was it Travis that stole my power? I think it was Travis. I don't know why in my brain they like fucking muddle together, but they muddle together. Travis, who I'm pretty sure is the one that stole my. I've been out of the game like 4 days and I fucking forgot them all already.
It was Scott who stole your power.
Motherfucker. Okay, Scott. He switched. Really? It was Scott?
Scott stole your idle nullifier, and Travis was the one that switched teams.
Okay. Well, okay, Scott. I'm pretty sure it was Scott then. I think I had groups. Like, I didn't have very many, like, alliance groups. My only real alliance was Riley. And I mean, I think we got outed pretty early. We tried to play it off, but, like, I came into the game, and this looks bad because I don't like to come into games and play with the same people, or the people that I know. But I came into this game, and Riley was the only person that I had a current. I say current because, like, I vaguely knew, like, Rory, Corey, and Zach, but Riley's the only one that I had recently had any sort of communication with. And so, like, I absolutely gravitated towards him, but I only gravitated towards him because the rest of the fucking cast was like, fuck it. With me, at least, they were goddamn turtles up in their shell and they didn't say shit. So while I didn't want to necessarily work just with somebody I knew, I didn't really have much of a choice. I think Riley also knew that I'm loyal to a fucking fault. I don't really play, like, I like to win games, but I don't play to win. I'd rather play to help myself and my allies, and if my allies get further than me, then fantastic. I feel like that's a victory for me in a sense. So I don't really feel like I had strong bonds with anybody outside of Riley. Corey and I, actually Riley also, we were all in Survive This. Corey at the time, and I think it's different now, was working, I think, a bartending job or something where they worked late at night. And so their ability to communicate with the rest of the tribe was very minimal. So by the time we went to Tribal, seriously, it's fucking going off again. Anyway, by the time we went to Tribal, they ended up being the first boot just because they had no relationship with anybody because they never had a chance to talk to anybody. So I feel like we kind of try to put that aside and say, hey, we're not going to Survive This against each other, like, new, start fresh. So I do feel like Corey probably, at least I think, we had a good relationship. I in no way was targeting Corey, wanted Corey out or anything. But the rest of the group, I don't know. I mean, I guess Melissa, I think, was maybe her first or second org, and she had it in her head that she wanted this, oh, girls power, let's, like, let's be in a girls alliance. Like, she made a chat called, I think, Ladies Night or something like that. I'm not against working with women, but for the most part, Emma and Antoinette didn't say shit. They were cliquey. They stuck to their people. They didn't talk to anybody. I mean, it wasn't until, like, the very end that Emma even made a chat with me. And I actually think I had made one previously, and she must have just forgotten that we ever had one. Kira kind of chatted at the end, but for whatever reason, the girls, I don't know if they just thought we were weak or whatever. They didn't associate with me, which is fine. I don't know. I'm just gonna rant. You open the end and you just get fucking word vomit from me, Duke. I liked Isaiah, personality wise. Outside of that, I think he was shady as fuck. Acting like he didn't know what was going on, or acting like, oh, nobody's talked about the boat. Like, I'm not a fucking naive idiot. I'm really gonna strangle this car, but like they literally just left Target. Like, fucking leave and leave with your fucking honking horn. Anyways, so you can edit this shit, right? Edit my rant out about this car. I have to remember who else is in this fucking game. I'm really kind of disappointed that I didn't try harder in the final challenge the round I went home. I thought that I definitely did before my power got stolen, thought that I had enough support on our team that I wouldn't be the vote. Although I was definitely concerned because I fucked up and didn't pick somebody that I thought we could get voted out. And so I was a little nervous anyway. But I kept trying to start the challenge, the like scavenger part, before Papa said go, and so on one of them I like hesitated even though I was like right there, and if I wouldn't have hesitated I probably would have beat him. And then of course it doesn't help that he's fucking standing in the kitchen. Granted, I had the remote and I was standing right next to it too, but I don't know. I guess at the end it's going to be interesting for me to know why they voted me out. I get tired, as I ranted in the alumni chat, of this, oh, they voted out all the women. Like shut the fuck up. Like, I don't know. I'm stronger than probably most people left in that game. Unless it's like an endurance shit, because I'm not a small girl. I mean, they saw me do the slider. Like, I can beast a slider. I can piece a jigsaw. I definitely feel like for the most part, when it comes to anything related to the mind and thinking, I'm generally pretty good. I really was actually going to throw the fucking ping pong ball, hold the shit game early because I had already won twice and I didn't want to look like an even bigger threat. But my parents were there and they kept like egging me on. And honestly, I probably could have won that challenge, but I didn't want to. I don't know. I guess I'm curious why. I'm curious why they voted me, why they picked me. I'm curious to actually know the dynamics between people, who truly is with each other. I definitely think that Antoinette, Emma, and Isaiah were together. I'm curious to know, are we actually going to find out who Jodalie is? They sent me a friend request on Facebook. I haven't accepted yet because I'm still slightly bitter. I'm not really bitter. Like, I don't really care. Like, there's been like years ago when I'd get voted out of a game, I would like be so upset, like I would cry or be like just be really upset. Now I'm just like, meh. You know, I'm in one other game and it's time for me to start planning mine. So whatever. So I will say that I enjoyed actually probably all of the challenges. Trying to think if there's any I didn't really like. Codenames was new for me, and I really, really enjoyed that. Which is saying a lot considering I came from Survive This, and I don't know. They like, I love Luis, but he's got an obsession with solo cups. A little too much. But yeah, so for the most part, I had fun. I got to know new people, but I definitely don't think that I fit into their expectations or their, I don't know. I don't know how many of them knew each other before, if they had preconceived trust with other people. I don't know any of those dynamics, so I don't know if I was barking up trees that I didn't need to bark up, but it is what it is.
So a question that I have for you is, you did end up winning either 2 or 3 superhero showdowns in the early portion of the game. Do you think that had anything to do with, people coming after you when they came after you? And if you could do it over again, would you still have went for those competitions and won those?
I mean, absolutely. That's why Danny was coming after me. concerned about my powers, and I mostly didn't keep them super quiet. I didn't really tell them the second power. I kind of played it off as, I think I told Melissa it was an extra vote, and then I played it off that it wasn't active yet, like I couldn't use it yet, which at the time wasn't really lying, because I tried really hard not to lie in games. And in reality, my power wasn't active because I only had half the idol. And so when I said it, it's like, it's not active yet. It wasn't. But I can't even remember the first challenge I won. What one did I win? I know the second one was the one with Riley, because we purposely picked Batman and Robin thinking that it was the half idols. The first one I know that I got third, but I just can't remember what the challenge was. I don't know that I'd redo it. Like, I think that people, and I guess this is the con of orgs, a negative of orgs, is that my coworker just sent me a movie. That's really weird. But is I think people who do know me, one, know that I'm loyal and I'm honest and I'm blunt. They also know I'm good. And so they know when a good time is to take me out. Was it too early this time? I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of sad I missed jury. I mean, I got 12th and I didn't make jury. Like, that's shitty. But I don't, for the most part, I wouldn't take it back. No, I'm not really, like, outside of wanting to throw the one physical one because I had already won twice. I'm not generally down to, like, mask unless it's an alias game. I don't mask technically to typically my skills, because I don't know the point. But I definitely do think it made me a target, and I think the fact that I had powers made me a target. Even though Scott had stolen the one, the other one existed, even though I no longer had it and I had given it to Riley. But that's fine. I don't know if they figured that out. I'm guessing they figured that out once I left, that maybe they figured out what it was. I don't know. I'm glad it kept Riley safe.
Okay. Yeah. So you mentioned that earlier when you were speaking, that you don't necessarily play the game to win. You play the game for you and your allies to get as far as they possibly can, and you're all right with that. So is that kind of basically what that's basically what happened, right? Your main ally, Riley, uses his idol and saves himself. So that you're okay with giving up that half idol to him and him moving forward, because that's just your style of play is what you're getting at, right?
I mean, when it happened, we didn't realize that I was such a threat. I didn't think initially that we knew instantly, as soon as Rory picked Riley, we knew he was the target. Like, we had no questions at all. Excuse me. Unless their team had done something different, because I picked differently. We knew instantly that Riley was going to have to use it if he didn't win. I would still have given it to him even if I had known that I was the target. Like, I think, and sometimes I consider the fact of who has the best chance to make it further in the game. I definitely think Riley does. So is that what happened when I went home? Not really, because I didn't expect, I mean, was I blindsided? No, because I mean, obviously my power had just been stolen. People hadn't been talking to me, so it was a little weird anyway. Was I surprised? A little bit. But would I have done it differently? Would I have made or asked for the idol? No. Like, I definitely do think that Riley has the better shot, or did have the better shot if I was still there long term. So if we had both known we were a threat, yeah, it would have. It could be a little bit hard, but I still would have given it a try.
And then initially, when your power was stolen by Scott, I know you guys were talking about, you thought that he specifically did it to nullify one of your idols. Is that do you still believe that, or do you now think he did it for another reason?
Well, from what I know, and I didn't really get a lot of details about what happened at my vote. I don't even fully know the vote count. I think it was like 5-2, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'm assuming he didn't play an idol, so maybe he didn't have. I don't know. Like, I believe that he had an idol and he stole it because he didn't want me to feel. I truly thought that he was good with me. So when he said that he stole it because he feel pressure to use it against him, I thought that was legit. Especially when Riley. The other concern was that he was stealing it so that he could then give it to somebody to use against Riley, get both of us out in the same turn. That would have been a hell of a move. I'll give him that. Like, if that had happened, that would have been a hell of a move. But I don't know what to believe. I don't know.
And then another question that I have for you is, you and Riley were getting pinned together, but you guys were also really getting pinned together as a trio with Zach. Why do you think that was?
I don't fucking know. I really don't fucking know. Like, I have no idea where that came from. I wasn't even, like, when somebody said that, I literally went back and looked at my chat from Zach, and I hadn't talked to him in like a week when he called me to tell me that Danny was coming after me. There was no, like, I wasn't even that close to Zach. If anything, that got me closer to Zach, or I think it did, because he was straight up with me. But I don't know what Riley's relationship was with Zach, but there was no trio, no threesome sounds dirty. There was nothing. So I have no idea where it started. Like, the minimal relationship I had with people coming into this game besides Riley and Corey was because I've hosted them before. This is really bad. Like, I've hosted a lot of seasons of a lot of games. Like, I don't remember if and when I hosted Zach. I just know Zach. And the same thing with Rory. I'm pretty sure Rory's played pro, but like him and I didn't have a relationship this game either. So where people created the relationships that I had, I don't know, because I'm straight up. Like, I'm blunt as a fucking dull knife. Like, is that dull knife? Is that blunt? I don't know. Whatever. Like, I straight up told people, these are the people I know. I don't know them very well, which on some level Riley and I were semi-close, but not even that close. Like, I don't know. People make up the weirdest shit to create their own, like, lie to get people to believe to get their way in a game. And I mean, it didn't maybe it worked. I don't think it worked. Danny went home, not me. But in a different story or a different day, it could have worked, and people would have believed that we were a trio. Like, I don't know. Why do people gotta bullshit? I don't know. Whatever. Next game, maybe we will be a trio. Watch out.
And then lastly, my question is, I'm assuming that you're rooting for Riley. Who do you think is from your perspective, is in the best position to win the game? And also, who do you want to see out next?
Has somebody not been out yet since I left? That means I have to remember everybody that's in the fucking game. I can't even keep Scott, Travis, and Brian straight. So, yeah, that's bad, right?
So after your elimination, I believe the only other person that was eliminated was Emma from Riley's idol.
That's like Sunday. What's today? Wednesday? It's been 3 days? Come on. What the fuck are you slacking? What's tribal? Tribal tonight?
Yes.
Tomorrow? Okay. So tonight somebody will join me. Well, no, they're probably jury because fuck you, Papa. Yeah, I didn't want to say full or you or.
That's fine. Fuck you, Papa's fine.
Yeah, see, this is when I need a cast list because I'm like, who the fuck is left? So we got, okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, we got Riley, and then we got the three that I confused, Scott, Travis, and Brian. And we have Corey, we have Zach, we have Jordan, Jodalee, Rory. There's no girl, so that's enough.
And the only person you're missing is Isaiah.
There's only 10 left?
Yes.
Who the fuck makes a jury with that many people? Fuck you, Papa. Okay.
Actually, this elimination is not jury.
Then fuck you even more, Papa. You're ridiculous. So dumb. Oh my god. I'm nice. Like, people put time and commitment into these games, and like, they want to make jury. Like, why not have more people voting? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not in charge of that. That's Nicole and Papa.
Yeah, well, fuck them. Play pro better. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, who's in the best position? I don't think that Rory is. I think that he's got he's definitely a target of Riley's. So I definitely think Isaiah is as well. He might be a little bit less of a target now that Emma and Antoinette are gone. I would probably say in the best position right now, it's going to be probably Brian or Jordan. Probably Brian or Jordan. Final answer. Bam.
And then who do you want out of those 10? Who would you want to see out, like get eliminated now? If anyone, you don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
Probably Rory. There's going to be a lot of them. So Rory, I would love to see come get out and whatever. Because he fucking went after Riley. So fuck you too, Rory. And then probably Scott for stealing my power. And all of the people that voted me out, which whoever, I don't know. Did I have one vote with me? Was it 5-2?
What I believe happened is I believe Scott pre-played his idol at your elimination, and I believe you had 3 other votes to eliminate. But I'd have to
have. I thought it was 5-2. I don't know.
It might have been. I'm pretty sure that he pre-played his idol and he had votes on him from someone.
Okay, I vote Rory and Scott. Scott for stealing my power. Unless he didn't vote me out. If Scott didn't vote me out, I don't want him out. Like, because I don't know. Rory for sure, and then whoever voted me out. And since I don't get to know that, you don't get to know who. You guys know who voted me out. So whoever voted me out. And
all right, Amanda.
Ask me that. Like, he's on all the posts like Queen. Oh, like Isaiah's got personality like no other, but fucking shit, like your nose has got to be so well. Yeah, he's a fucking ass kisser. Like, we ain't jury, boy. You don't need to be kissing our ass. Apparently, the next person's not jury either, because fuck you, Papa.
All right.
Christmas.
Oh, what is that?
They're like Christmas gifts.
I've never even seen those.
I also, but before we hang up, we're gonna go and I'm gonna have you meet some people. Okay. This is Peter.
What is that?
Peter is my plush penis. This is my Penelope.
Why do you have those?
You don't need to know. And this is their baby. It doesn't have a name, so if anybody wants to name the baby, I'm taking suggestions for Peter, Penelope, and their baby. Yeah.
I don't know.
I just confused the shit out of you by bringing up plush penises, huh?
Yeah, I can't say that's ever happened.
You're welcome.
But if you have anything else that you want to add to the end of this that you haven't been able to speak on, go ahead and do that now. If not, I can stop your interview.
Fuck you, Papa. Women are just as strong as men, so fuck the people that think that women are not, which I don't know if anybody does, but I just hate this women versus men shit. Like, if this was an actual season that was men versus women, I get it, but it wasn't. So shut up. And it was fun. I'm glad I played. I'm still mad I didn't make jury, so fuck you, Papa. Okay, I'm done.